Hi everyone, it's Michelle here from the 30 Day One Simple Change Challenge, and wherever you are in the world today, it's really lovely to connect with you. So I hope you're well. I haven't done a video in a couple of days because, as I was explaining, it was my son's first birthday last Wednesday, and we had a party for him on Friday. And between that and me delivering my positive programs and visiting friends and spending time with family, literally the day is life took over, and that happens sometimes, doesn't it? Life just does take over. And as like I said in a post, with the little free me time that I had in those days, I just didn't really want to share it. I just wanted to just be and have some stillness and yeah, just to be by myself, really. So, but I am committed to the program, but I'm also committed to myself. And a big question that I started to ask myself last year was, does this bring me joy? I want you just to stop for a moment and reflect on that question. Does this bring me joy? It's an amazing question to ask yourself. And the reason that I decided to do the 30 Day One Simple Change Challenge was because it brought me joy. When I thought about it, I got excited, and it put me into that really beautiful, inspired place within my soul. So what I noticed was the couple of days that I didn't do a video, the negative self-talk, I noticed it coming back slightly. You promised you would do the videos. You're going to let down people if you don't do the videos. And I just stopped and breathed. And I started to question those thoughts. And the thing that came up for me was that, number one, practice what you preach. I'm the most important person in my life. So therefore, if I'm not filling my cup up and looking after myself, it's very, very difficult for me to give that love and to help other people. So part of that is being really kind and gentle with yourself. So again, I observed the thought, I observed the feeling, and then I reframed it and said to myself, the purpose for me doing the 30 Day One Simple Change Challenge was because it brought me joy. Thinking about it brought me joy. Doing the videos brings me joy. Connecting with people and hearing their feedback brings me joy. If I miss a couple of days, that's okay. And that's really what this video today is all about. I'm sure you can see in the background my beautiful red roses for Valentine's. And whilst they're absolutely beautiful, and I love looking at them and smelling them, and they bring me joy, they're so gorgeous, I think we've kind of lost the true meaning of what Valentine's is really all about. Because it's not really about gifts, is it? It's not really about, buying expensive gifts for one another. It's really, I suppose, changing again, reframing how we look at it, and looking at the relationship that we have with ourselves. Because this one that we have with ourselves is really the most important one. There's no other relationship in the world that comes close to the relationship you have with yourself. And the more you get to know yourself, the more you like yourself, the more you love yourself, then the richer and healthier and more loving, kind and caring your other relationships in your life will be. And at the start, when I was introduced to that philosophy 11 years ago, I couldn't really quite get my head around it because I thought putting myself first was selfish. But I've now learned that actually it's very selfless, because the more I fill my cup up and the more I look after myself and do the things that bring me joy, then the easier it is for me to connect with others, and the richer my relationships become also. And starting to love ourselves. I think I put a post yesterday up about self-love and about starting a love affair with yourself. And, you know, I suppose the foundation of that is to start really looking at your thoughts. This self-talk, this self-chatter, because nobody else can get inside our heads, only us. We know the conversations we're having with ourselves every single day. So start, I say, I've already said recorded a couple of videos about this, but it's so important. So start to look at where your thoughts are. What are you thinking about yourself on a daily basis, on a continuous basis? And if those thoughts aren't helpful, if they're not kind, if they're critical, if they're judgmental, if they're, whatever they may be, then perhaps it's time to take ownership and to make some changes and to be a wee bit kinder and more gentle with yourself. So our self-talk and the words that we use for ourselves is really, I think, the foundation of self-care and self-love. Looking into the mirror, into your eyes, deep, deep, deep into your soul. That really is so powerful. And you can start off with, saying, I like myself. Or even if that is making you cringe, you could say something like, I am in the process of liking myself more and more every day. Or I am in the process of loving and accepting myself more and more every single day. And what you'll find is the more you practice self-love and the more you're kinder to yourself, and this always comes up in my programs all the time, especially when we're looking at the wheel of life and the balance of life. And there's part of it that says personal space. And it's actually incredible the amount of people that have so little personal space in their lives for themselves. I've had a glimpse of that over the last year since I've had my baby, because before that I had an incredible amount of personal space. And now that's a wee bit more challenging because I've such a young baby that is so dependent on me. But nonetheless, it's really important that I make the space and the time for me. And sometimes in life, what we have to do is say no to others in order to say yes to us. And that's kind of really what happened over the weekend and why I never got round to doing a video. And when I did have time, I didn't want to do a video. That's the truth. Why? Because I was saying yes to myself. And sometimes saying yes to ourselves requires saying no to others. That, my friends, is challenging. The start of that is challenging, especially if you've always been a people pleaser and trying to take on too many things for too many people, and you don't want to let anybody down, etc., etc. But sometimes when we're giving and giving and giving and giving and giving and giving to all of these different people, all of these different sources, we don't give back to ourselves. Inevitably, our energy is affected, our mood is affected, our health is affected as well. So really looking after yourselves is just so crucial. So just for today, have a think about what brings you joy in your life. Is it meeting a friend for a coffee, going for a lovely walk in nature, taking a lovely long hot shower? Showers now are a real luxury for me. I love showering and baths, wow. So whatever it is that brings you joy and fills up your cup, do that today. So give back to yourself. Keep the spirit of love and Valentine's in your heart for yourself. And when I say be kind and gentle, what I mean by that is be kind and gentle with your thoughts. Be kind and gentle with, what situations you're putting yourself in. Be kind and gentle with your time as well. So on that note, I will leave those thoughts with you, and I look forward to connecting with you hopefully tomorrow. All the best. Bye.